who the top 8 seeds, you'd have to think about the Pacers. Really, they're a 3 seed. Yeah, they and for a time there they were in the running for a 2 and possibly the 1. So they're not going to go down at least. And this was a road game, and they'll
going to go down like bitches.
Right, never. they don't have anybody on their team that would. It's a good unit, and they have the kid from North Carolina, Hansborough. He's one of the other 11 guys.
Yeah.
So that's 6 fouls, maybe nothing else. But
yeah, they were using a lot of fouls today.
Yeah.
They had 3 guys with 5 at one point.
Yeah. So and then I
don't know. I just don't see a real take charge guy on that team. I mean, it's the other side of the coin. When you're a deep team, is like, okay, we need a basket.
Right.
Who's it gonna
Who do you go
from?
to?
Yeah.
Right. No, then that's fair, and I think that's with the Thunder.
And that's worth something in the playoffs. I mean,
no, that's when you need one.
Yeah.
Okay, this is where we're going. But the Heat struggle with that too.
Yeah.
So that's kind of
they were epically bad at last
right.
Second shots.
Who do you want to? It's always Wade.
At this point, it should be Wade.
Right. Well, LeBron gets there, and he's such a great facilitator. So he should set it up, and people hate on him when he does set it up. But he gets the open shot for the other player, and
he's a great passer.
They usually miss, but it's his fault for not shooting. But he creates that open shot.
Yeah,
and he can never win. And the decision and all that, he brought that on himself. But third MVP, so he's winning with the media now again. I guess So
maybe in 8 or 9 years, when he's got a couple championships and he's
that didn't help. He was like 6, 7. We'll see.
I can just see when he learns to take like a reduced role on a good team and like mentor, the latest new scorer. That's when we'll start liking LeBron.
Well, and I don't think either of us don't like him.
No,
I think the decision was a disaster. But
yeah,
he was because it was so not him. But he talked to the wrong people, and he's since apologized and said I made the mistake several times. So
yeah, well, the decision and then the whole look at us,
5 champions. It was like Vince Young with the Dream Team, haha.
Yeah.
Like 6 rings, 7 rings. Well, get you first, and then I can understand a dynasty.
Right? Yeah, the whole celebrating before you cross
the goal line. Yeah, they did.
No one likes that.
Yeah, they had a concert basically when they signed those 3, and that's Miami for you. But
opening for the Miami Heat, 3 doors down.
I mean, seriously, it was embarrassing. But hey, they have to live with that, and apparently it does bother him, and that's the best defense of the rest of the league because he is an absolute monster on the court. But the best physical player we've probably seen in NBA history. His size and speed, and it just is nowhere. And like you said, he's best passer.
Yeah. Bringing it up 2-on-1.
Yeah.
Good
he's magic.
Yeah.
Without the beautiful smile. But
and the smoochies.
Right, yeah. So now on to the Western Conference. San Antonio now gets the Clippers, who advanced today in that Game 7 against Memphis.
While I slumbered.
Right, well, you didn't miss much. I went to the food truck festival and caught the last 6 minutes, which felt like an eternity, because Memphis did not want to win. They just didn't want. They looked like they had no interest. Blake Griffin was on the sideline where he belonged.
I heard he was tentative out there.
Right,
that's what the recap said.
Right, no, he was barely
protecting the knee.
Right, when he was out there, he was barely out there.
Yeah,
which I thought that would mean Zach Randolph and Gasol would just dominate. Not that I think Blake Griffin's a stud, because he's not, in my opinion. But that's down the line story.
That's a future list,
right? But Tony Allen did his normal. Did you know him in Boston? Did his normal shutdown defense, but he just doesn't offer anything offensively. Right. Nothing. I mean, he really doesn't. And Mayo just didn't look comfortable until late, and it was too late. And Conley never looks comfortable, for my opinion. They're Randolph and Gasol were just hanging around perimeter, and without Griffin down there, it didn't make sense. But the Clippers do have that big fella.
DeAndre Jordan.
Him, and there's another one who he's just down low, and you just can't avoid him. I think it might be the Florida State kid they drafted. who came out. He was a little older, but could probably
I can remember him playing in college.
look it up. But he just dominated down low. It was his world, and Chris Paul obviously took care of the rest because that's what he does. And actually, another player who did really well for the Clippers today, which let Chris Paul rest even a little bit, was the Bledsoe. Bledsoe from Kentucky. He's a third-year guy, perimeter shooter, shooting guard, but he played point and spell Chris Paul a little bit. He needed because he's got that hamstring or whatever, whatever's going on, and
he's not 100%.
Right, and he filled in beautifully, and they won. So not to get off on too much of a tangent, they now go to San Antonio, and the Spurs. Let's not make too big a deal out of them sweeping. I don't even remember who they swept.
It was
right, exactly. I don't even
crap.
Right, so they swept them.
They swept the sweepies.
Yeah, so I don't even remember who. Honestly,
I don't either.
I don't. Yeah, so
it's been erased from my mind.
So I don't want to. I don't make a big deal out of it. It was Utah.
Yes.
It comes to me, but name somebody in Utah.
Millsap.
Right, exactly. He was in a tech
Jefferson.
product. Yeah, from Boston. That's
yes. And Hayward.
Right.
From Butler.
Yes. So let's not make too big a deal out of it. But that said, they're playing well. They finished with the second best record in the league. I think Chicago took that, and that was by how many games? But they're gone.
Mm-hmm.
So
team with the best record left, taking on the Clippers.
Chris Paul, basically. It's Chris Paul.
And a limping Blake Griffin. And I got San Antonio in 6. I think they're just more professional at this point.
Yeah, and 6. I would have much rather the Grizzlies in this role, as you've mentioned earlier.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think they would have. Yeah, they're the absolute matchup nightmare.
Yeah.
For the Spurs.
I think, basis what I saw from Duncan in round 1 against Utah, I think he was saving himself a little, toward the end of the.
I think he's been doing that all year.
Yeah.
Because he could.
Yes. He's like, we got a great record, so I'm not going to burn myself out.
Right.
He's smart.
Well, he had D&P to old. I mean, Popovich has jokes.
So him and Jason Kidd.
Right.
And then Kidd had to play meaningful minutes for the Mavs, to try to save their series, and we know how that went.
Right. Exactly.
Hey, look, it's James Harden. Oh, no, he's gone. There he goes.
Right. So you have them. Okay, Spurs in 6.
Spurs in 6. Yep.
I guess that series starts probably Tuesday, Wednesday.
Yeah, Tuesday.
I wouldn't call myself a Spurs hater. I just hate watching their games. I just can't watch them.
Disclaimer: we don't like the Spurs.
Right. I just can't stand to watch their games, and I don't think that will change in this series because I think the Clippers are going to. They're going to have to play to their. I guess to how the Spurs play, and I'm not even sure what that is. I want to watch their games, so I don't.
Yeah, they can ugly it up. I mean, it's not just about defense. It's
right.
About, making the other team play really badly.
Right. No, and it's Paul versus Parker for me, and I'm gonna take the Clippers in this series. I'm not sure why, but part of it's probably my dislike of the Spurs. But
so noted.
The Clippers, they're talented, and they're deeper than we realize.
Sure.
And Chris Paul they almost beat the Lakers last year. With basically just Chris Paul as a whole with the Hornets. We almost beat the Lakers.
Mm-hmm.
And Lakers ended up going pretty deep playoffs. No, then they got swept by the Mavericks. So never mind. Forget that.
Okay, they weren't that good.
But still, I don't know. But the injury issues do scare me. But Ginobili and Duncan are a play away from being injured as well. I want to say Spurs in 6, but...
Are you saying one of them has to get injured in order for the Clips to win?
No, but I'm saying Chris Paul and Blake Griffin have to stay healthy for the Clippers to win. And that's more...
They definitely need Paul.
Right. No,
otherwise
it's out.
Freaking over.
And he was hustling. He was stealing the ball today. He looks fine. And even without Griffin, I think they're okay. I'll take him in 7. I'm not married to it. I'm not... I'm not betting on it. I'm not making love to it, but
anyway, yeah.
I think I'll take the Clippers in 7,
Right.
just because. Why not? I just don't like the Spurs.
It would be nice to see.
It would.
I will agree.
It would.
with
More,
that.
honestly, more of Chris Paul is better for any basketball fan, even if he left your city high and dry. But I'm not bitter at all.
Wait a minute, he was traded.
Yeah, well, twice.
The franchise
I like
was
the first
imploding.
trade better that Stern didn't allow us, but it would have worked out for our Houston Rockets too, as Houstonians now.
Yeah.
We'd have Gasol, and we wouldn't be pouting as much. We have a more foreign roster, which maybe that would work. But anyway, I guess let's move to the final of the 4 series in this. So I guess the semifinal round.
Well, it's
of the conference semifinal round.
Semifinals. Yes. Yeah.
And it's my Oklahoma City Thunder against against.
Hey, why are they yours again?
Right, I don't know. I went to that city on business about 2 months ago, and I loved the Thunder before that. But it's a cool little place. It's like a mini, and I hate to even give this city credit. It's like a mini Austin.
Yes.
It's got its own right. It's got its own little music scene. It's got, but it's not proud of itself like Austin is. It's not everything Austin. But it's a small little place. They have that brick house row, whatever it is, and they do have a nice blooming music scene, like local music scene. A lot of young bands, and folk and alternative, and so that's it's my Thunder. I don't know. I was the first one who rooted for them other than UT fans 3 years ago. I guess maybe that's why it's mine. Opposed to.
And I guess Oklahoma City, they did earn that franchise by taking the Hornets after Katrina.
That's what to say. That's my better excuse.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Where are you getting to
right.
that?
I was gonna. Yeah, I'm glad you mentioned that. That was my better excuse.
Yes.
They fathered or fostered, I guess, our franchise for that year and deserved their own. And why not root for that? They kept it alive. But so now they've swept the Mavericks, which I'm still hard about. Literally, it's
you and me both.
It's amazing.
Disclaimer: we don't like Dallas.
Right. So they take on the Lakers.
The Lakers,
who I think I saw they dominated in the regular season. They're just faster, younger, better.
Yeah.
I'm going to say 5. I'm going to skip to it. 5 games in a sweep would not shock me. Mm-hmm. I'm biased, but Kobe can only do so much. And he did not look interested last night. He wanted other people to step up, and they didn't. And so, with that, I'll leave it.
They barely did. He was dishing to Artest, who somehow hit 4 3-pointers.
He does that in these games.
Right,
he does.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't think, and it works.
Yeah, I also got Oklahoma City in 5. And likewise, a sweep would not shock me or displease me. I think just Oklahoma City's just, there's too much going on the court for the Lakers to keep up with.
Right. I just hope the week off doesn't hurt them too much.
Yeah.
It's the one team that didn't need that,
Right. Yeah. They're fresh, from the day after the game, But, I just saw so many times during the Nuggets series, the Lakers failing to rotate onto an open shooter and the Nuggets clang.
Right.
Guess what Oklahoma City's going to do?
Right.
They're going to make it.
Yeah.
So,
and you would hope. And as long as the stage doesn't overwhelm them, and it hasn't in the past. They're far beyond there. The youth excuse is over.
Right.
You can use it on buying them all you want. We don't care about that.
Yeah.
But as a collective team, they're young, but they're experienced. They've been in the playoffs since they've been together for the most part.
Yeah.
And they've advanced. They've taken this Laker team to the brink when they won a championship.
Right. And they've got 3 guys with alpha dog mentalities. They're not necessarily fighting for control of the team, but 3 guys you can rely on to take that last shot.
Yeah.
And that's
or beat you off the dribble and create their own shots. They don't need the pick. They don't need. Durant just shoots over you. Westbrook blows by you. Harden, I don't know what he does, but he just does it.
If you're Jason Kidd, he blows by you.
Well, yeah, so does our geriatric grandmother, but
he's flexible.
He's karma's gotten that wife beaten. Anyway.